Zionskirche is a church constructed in 1861 by William I. William I was the first emperor of Germany and the one who unified the German states. After an assassination attempt in 1861, William I wanted to build this church not only as a temple but as a gratitude and patriotic establishment. The name for the Zionskirche comes from the combination of two words, Zion and the German word for church, Kirche.
Bismarck was the next emperor after Wilhelm I, and he was the one in charge to pay for all construction of the church. Because Wilhelm just ordered it to be built, but he went out of office right after.
After a long period of discussion, William I accomplished to convince the German government to start its construction in 1863.
Mount Zion. It is a mount that is on Jerusalem. It's on the outskirts of the city, but it's part of the kingdom of David, or was part of that kingdom. It's part of the Old Jerusalem of ancient times.
So, what's the importance of this place? Mainly because it was, as you might want to call, the home of one of the opposite groups against the German Democratic Republic. Its name was the Zionskirche Peace and Environment Circle. In the 1980s, this was one of the home of this group, since there was a secret meetings on the church in which it had already the Umweltbibliothek, which means environmental library, which was filled with prohibited books which talk mainly about human rights and how it was important to go against the government.
Zionskirche is an evangelistic church. After the formation of the GDR, most of its people were practiced Protestantism. However, the GDR state-sponsored atheism in its propaganda and in its political ideas. That's why the church became a symbol of the resistance against the German Democratic Republic.
Dietrich Bonhoeffer was a German pastor, theologian, and Nazi dissident. He was known for his resistance against Hitler's regime, and he was arrested in 1943 for treason to Germany. And later he was transferred to a concentration camp in which he was killed by hanging on April 9th, 1945, as the Nazi regime was collapsing. His importance is that he was the leader of the resistance that took its headquarters here.
Yes.
After a long persecution, the Stasi finally achieved to capture the oppositants of the GDR. However, this only gave them more popularity and they became well known, making them finally achieve their main goal, that was to destroy the GDR government.
In the Second World War, the bombs destroyed the altar, the organs, and the windows of the choir. At the end of the war, Berliners looted the place in search for wood fire. The posterior damages in the roof weren't repaired, and that's why the temple was in a bad condition for a very long time. Then the restoration started in the 80s, and it started with the roof, moving towards the interiors. And Zionskirche reopened its doors in 2002, and currently they give mass in Sundays. You can climb the 104 steps that separate the tower from the church for a small donation. There you can see spectacular views from Prenzlauer Berg and the rest of Berlin.